How's it going, guys? I hope you all had a great day and welcome to the marquee matchups predictions for next week. We're starting this video off with the first potential challenge, the game in the Premier League, Liverpool vs Spurs. Now for this first challenge I decided to go with my standard requirements. We have a minimum of one player from both clubs. We have the Liverpool player, the right winger, the 76 rated Lazar Markovic. Then we have the 78 rated right back Kieran Trippier from Spurs. We also need a minimum of 3 rare players, a minimum of 6 Premier League players, a team overall rating of minimum 78 and a team chemistry of minimum 90. Then we're moving on to the bench. We have 3 players from Liverpool and 3 players from Spurs. They will all cost you under 1000 coins. We have the Liverpool players, the 76 rated left back Alberto Moreno, the 77 rated striker Danny Ings and the 78 rated centre back WagnerHD. On the other side we have the Spurs players, the 78 rated left back Davis, the 77 rated right midfielder Sissoko and the 80 rated right midfielder Lamela. Now for the second potential challenge we are moving into the Calcio A and we pick the game Bologna vs Fiorentina. And once again we have a minimum of 1 player from both clubs. We have the Bologna player, the 77 rated left midfielder Gucci. Then we have the Fiorentina player, the 77 rated CDM Sanchez. Once again a minimum of 3 rare players, a minimum of 6 Calcio A players, a team overall rating of minimum 78 and a team chemistry of minimum 90. Then we have of course the bench. We start with the Bologna players, the 76 rated centre back De Maio, the 78 rated centre midfielder Gemarli and the 80 rated goalkeeper Miranti. The Fiorentina players, first the centre back, the 78 rated Pizziela, then the 77 rated centre back Vitor Hugo and the 76 rated right midfielder Diaz. Let's go to the third potential challenge. We have a game in the Columbian League. We have Atletico Nacional vs Millionarios. This game is also known as the Columbian SuperClassico. That's the reason why I give it a high percentage of 60%. And of course, once again, a minimum of 1 player from both clubs. We have the Atletico Nacional player, the 76 rated left CDM. And then we have the Millionarios player, the 71 rated right CDM. Then what I also think we could need for this challenge is a minimum of 4 gold players, a minimum of 6 Colombian players, nationalities minimum 2, and a team overall rating of minimum 90. Then we're moving on to the bench. We have the cheap players from Atletico Nacional, the 60 rated Lucena, the 66 rated Mafla, the left back, and the 59 rated centre back Cuesta. Of course there are also cheap players from Millionarios. We have the 67 rated goalkeeper Sanchez, the 65 rated left back Banguero and the 59 rated right back Roman. The next potential challenge we are talking about is a game in Hayas League. We have AEK vs Olympiacos. Once again a minimum of 1 player from both clubs is needed. We have the AEK players, the 75 rated centre back Chigwinski, I hope I say this right. Then we have the Piräus player, the right back, the 75 rated El Abdelawi. And also we're going with a minimum of 4 gold players this time, a minimum of 5 Greece players, a minimum of 3 different nationalities, and a team chemistry of minimum 85 this time. Let's have a quick look on the bench. We are starting with the AEK players, the 66 rated right back Bakakis, the 63 rated centre midfielder Galanopoulos, and the 58 rated left back Giannotsos. We also have the Olympiacos players. We have the 75 rated Marine, the 75 rated CDM Tachides and the 76 rated goalkeeper Proto. Now the fifth potential challenge is something special. You thought I only use bronze Austrian from the Austrian League in my marquee matchups, but here they are in my marquee matchups predictions, because we have the Vienna Derby, Rapid vs Austria. So for this challenge I decided to go with a minimum of 2 players from either Rapid or Austria. In this squad we have the left midfielder from Austria, the 67 rated Piräus, and the player from Rapid, the 69 rated striker. Then I think we could need a minimum of 4 different nationalities, a minimum of 6 Austrian players, and to round this up a team chemistry of minimum 90. We also have on the bench players from Rapid, the 68 rated goalkeeper Strebinger, the 58 rated left midfielder Kieles, and the 61 rated left midfielder Kühn. Then we have players from Austria, the 62 rated centre back Mohamed, the 57 rated centre back Borkovic, and the 53 rated centre midfielder De Marco. 2 more challenges until we are done. I think this challenge was already featured in a marquee matchups before. I will cover it for you anyways. It's Kopenhagen versus Bröndby. Yes, of course, we're using a minimum of 1 player from both clubs. We have the Copenhagen player, the 50 rated right back playing center back. His name is Röslev. Then we have the Bröndby player, the 65 rated goalkeeper Berlet. What we also could need for this challenge is a minimum of 5 Denmark players and a minimum of 4 silver players. Also a team chemistry of minimum 90, and that should be it with the 6th challenge. Then we have of course on the bench players from Bröndby, the 61 rated left back Grony, the 68 rated center back Hermansen and the 69 rated CDM Nørgaard. Then we have the players from Copenhagen. We have the 61 rated goalkeeper Christensen, the 65 rated striker Pavlovic and the 75 rated CDM Seka. And then we have one last challenge. This is the last challenge because it has a low percentage to happen. We have a game in Liga Santander, Espanyol Barcelona versus FC Barcelona. I give this challenge a percentage of 30% to happen even though it's the Barcelona Derby. I give it 30% because we already have a game in Liga Santander in this week's marquee matchups. Anyway, let's cover this challenge. We have the Espanyol player, the right winger, the 79 rated Piräus. And then we have the Barcelona player, the 79 rated striker Paco Alsalce. Then once again a minimum of 3 rare players, a minimum of 6 La Liga Santander players, a team overall rating of minimum 78 and a team chemistry of minimum 90. Of course we have a short look on the bench. We have the Barcelona players, the 80 rated Denis Suarez, the 79 rated left back Lucas Digne and the 76 rated right back Alex Vidal. Then we have the Espanyol players. We have the 80 rated striker Baptistao, we have the 78 rated striker Garcia, and we have the 80 rated CDM Fuego. Okay, and that's it with the marquee matchups predictions for next week. Let me know in the comment section down below if I missed a challenge. And that's the end for this video, so thank you guys so much for watching, have a wonderful day and see you.